This copyrighted broadcast of the Pilipinas Super League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the PSL.
Their previous games, Jacob Galicia and King Destacamento have taken flight and better roles on a new team. Meanwhile, Cyrus Tabi and Nemesis de la Cruz have had brilliant games for the Jewelers. Let's see who will ring the Lunar New Year with a victory. As we take a look at the games for today, we've got the first game on hand, Aguilas versus the Jewelers. Up next after that will be the Wildcats going up against the Reapers, and our main game for today, it will be the Stallions going up against the Beast. Joel Parcon bringing in the action alongside my partner, Coach Noy Africa. Coach, good afternoon to you. A good slate of games we have for today.
Yeah, that's right. But of course, we're going to start off with these two teams, hoping to start the Lunar New Year the way they ended it. Both teams coming off wins. And as you can see here in the standings, the Jewelers are actually quite surprising performance here so far in the PSL. Currently in the middle of the pack at 4-2, tied with the Reapers, while the Aguilas still trying to find their groove, but I feel like they're getting better as the tournament is progressing, currently at 2-5.
Speaking of the Aguilas, in their previous game, they came off a win against come from behind win against the Wildcats.
In a very high-scoring game at that, both teams reaching the 120 mark. A 127-120 victory for the Aguilas. Aguilas able to out-rebound the Wildcats 53-47, and very surprising how they just dominated the paint, especially in the points in the paint, getting to score 76 points inside.
King Destacamento with a double-double in that ball game, 22 points, 15 rebounds, ably supported by Jacob Galicia, who has been stellar in his stint with the Aguilas.
And of course, Jacob Galicia is fast becoming a very potent force for them on the offensive end of things.
Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got the Jewelers. They also, as you mentioned at the top of our coverage, coming off of a win against Pure Blends.
That's right, and picking up that 4-point victory, shooting very well from the field, 54% anytime you shoot and make half of your shots. That's always a good thing. They were able to out-rebound the Pure Blends 47-31, and also second chance points, getting 15 against just 8 for the Pure Blend.
Richard Albo waxed hot early in that ball game, and that was enough for them to stave off itong Pure Blend, Similan Black Fox, and also Cyrus Tabi and Nemesis de la Cruz showing up for that game here in Marikina Sports Center. As we take a look at our marquee matchup for the Aguilas, it will be Saddam on Ondivilia, and on the other side, it is Cyrus Tabi.
And for any team, of course, you'd want to have your point guard who will restore order to your offense. And so far, Saddam Ondivilia has been flourishing in that role for the Aguilas, currently averaging close to 11 points, 3.5 rebounds, and close to 7 assists. While Cyrus Tabi, no need to talk about him because his game has really been the way that he has introduced himself to the league, averaging 15 points, 7 rebounds, and close to 7 assists. He is, I think, one of the barometers of the standards of excellence in the point guard position here at the PSL.
And now to get you some more information, let's turn you over to the third member of our panel, Andrea Veloso. Andrea, what do you have?
Hi, Joel and Coach Noy. What's a better way to celebrate this holiday than by watching exciting basketball games? And for the Pilipinas Navy Aguilas, resilience is what they've learned from their previous games against the Chichi Albayanos. At yun din daw ang gusto nilang ipakita, hindi lang sa laro na to, kundi sa mga susunod pa nilang laro dito sa PSL. Another good news for this team, Ondivilia is back, but it's not on his usual 100% dahil kagagaling nga lang niya sa sakit. Meanwhile, for the Verdiamonds, this game will be a test kung nasa na ba talaga sila as a team, especially in terms of chemistry and gelling. Dahil after this game na, they will face the top teams here in this season. When we come back, it's gonna be the Aguilas versus Verdiamonds. This is PSL President's Cup dito, Pinoy ang bida.
Good afternoon. It's nice to see you again here at MARIKINA Sports Center. Our first game for the Wednesday triple hitter is Pilipinas Navy Aguilas versus Diamonds Jewelers. This is your Pilipinas Super League President's Cup. Dito Pinoy ang bida. Now let's meet the starters for the super teams. First, for Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. Starting number 12, at guard Karim Hentley. Also guard number 24, John Murillo. Starting center number 34, King Des Tacamento. Playing forward number 13, Brian Hilario. And also forward number 19, Edgar Soliano. Head coach, Winston Sergio. Assistant coaches, Aaron Aray, Ed Aronce, Joseph Beza, Jeric Galiza. Manager, Jeff Paras. And team owner, Attorney De La Paz. Now for your Diamond Jewelers. Starting guard number 15, Cyrus Tabi. Also guard number 9, Terence Jan Failona. At center number 4, Carl Angelo Peñano. Forward number 14, Richard Albo. And last forward number 27, Joshua Roque. Head coaches, Eric C. Assistant coaches, Joseph Ochada, Clark Arroyo, Gab Esteban. Manager, Jonathan Failona. Team owner, Veronica Ginto and Terence Failona. Our first game referees are our coach, Geraci Pereira. Umpire 1, Geraldo Gabriel. Umpire 2, Arnold Buenafuerte.
As we take a look at the starters brought to you by Ball Out Hoops, you've got Kareem Huntley, John Lester Maurilio, King Destacamento, Brian Hilario, and Edgar Soliano for the Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. Para naman dito sa Diamond Jewelers, you've got Cyrus Tabi, Terence Failona, Carl Peñano, Richard Albo, and Joshua Roque. And our referees for this ball game, you've got crew chief Garchi Ferrer, umpire number 1, Jerry Gabriel, and umpire number 2, Arnold Peña Fuerte. First crack at the basket goes to the Jewelers. Tabi goes inside. Peñano attacking 2, but he will be called for steps.
Well, that's exactly what was the problem there in that offensive sequence. One player trying to go up against 2 players. And you're going up against Hilario and Des Sacramento, who plays great defense inside.
Miscommunication there. Huntley made the cut but was not expecting the pass from the corner. Albo misses. Rebound goes to the King. Here are the Aguilas. Hilario from up top for 3. Bounces out.
Interesting how the Jewelers allowed Hilario to take that open shot. Probably gonna take that gamble very early in the game.
Cyrus Tabi, binabantayan siya dito ni Maurilio. Albo once again. 0 for 2 para kay Richard Albo. Nice cut by Destacamento, and he gets the first 2 points of the ball game.
And it's nice to see Destacamento actually become a main guy for a team. He's a very effective role player for other teams, but right now he is in a spotlight position here with the Aguilas.
Same goes for Jacob Galicia, another player. He played for a different team in PSL President's Cup 2024. Did not get that much burn, pero dito he's getting a lot of playing time and he is contributing.
While Cyrus Tabi giving burn to the Aguilas with that basket off the defense of Maurilio. That's going to be a tough task here for Maurilio, trying to contain Cyrus Tabi.
Huntley missing on that triple, and tama ka dun, coach, no? Si Maurilio will have his hands full guarding someone as proficient and prolific as Cyrus Tabi.
Well, actually, the challenge in trying to defend Cyrus Tabi, you can take away his shots. That is very possible, but to try and minimize his effects on the team, because he runs the offense for the Jewelers, and you stop Tabi, you really stop the offense of the Verdiamond.
Ito ngayon ang Aguilas, Hilario with a midi. Yes, that goes.
I think Hilario is one of those players benefiting from the fine play of King Destacamento. The defense tend to just let him take his shots because they try to key in on King Destacamento.
Iniikot dito ngayon ng Jewelers ang bola. Up top, Roque will try a three. Yes, sir!
But he was very early here at the venue taking those shots, and that seems to have worked for Roque.
Nakuha niya na yung tempo dito sa ating mga ring sa Marikina Sports Center. Give and go, Soliano loses the ball. Roque picking it up. Na tumatakbo dito si Albo. He's got Peñano on the other side, and that's a basket and a foul.
And that looked like a fast break layup drill for the Verdiamonds. See that ball not touching the floor. Albo giving it up to Peñano for the finish.
Tama ka dun, Coach. No? Parang nagwi-weave lang sila eh. No? Ano bang tawag doon? Figure 8 drill.
Yeah, pero ito may depensa.
Oo. Peñano hitting on the bonus free throw. Much to the delight of the Jewelers bench. Lamang sila ngayon ng 8-4, 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Aguilas lose the ball to the baseline, but they will retain possession. Maurilio triggering the inbound.
And if Ondevilla will not be available for this game or will not play 100%, it will be the play of Maurilio which will be important for the Aguilas.
Well, he did play an important role, especially in that game against the Wildcats. He hit one of the crucial triples towards the end that gave the Aguilas the momentum to win it in the end.
And he did finish with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. So very good job running the offense for the Aguilas.
Checking into the game is Ken Miranda for the Aguilas. Destacamento steps out for 3, goes for it. It just goes around the rim.
But you like the liberty being given to the bigs of the Aguilas, allowing them to shoot from the perimeter.
And speaking of shooting from the perimeter for a big man, Albo finally hitting a triple on his third try.
Mr. Albo, I wasn't talking about you, but okay, a big shot there from Albo, trying to extend the defense of the Aguilas.
It's now a 7-point lead for the Jewelers. As the whistle is blown, it's a foul on Albo.
Very low-key. Hilario is a very skilled player, as you can see. Despite that very wide frame, he can put the ball on the floor. And that is because of the midi that he hit earlier. That is forcing the defense to try to close out on him. And a good read there, putting the ball on the floor.
Nag-adjust eh. Kasi kilala rin to si Brian Hilario as a jump shooter talaga. No? So, nag-play for the shot na sila. Dinrivean nila. Deceptively, kaya niyang i-drive, i-put yung bola on the floor.
That's why it was very important yung early in the game when he took that shot when he was uncontested from the three-point line that just told the Verdiamonds that he will make, and once again, Mr. Albo, I wasn't talking about you, but the second three-pointer now.
Back-to-back for Albo. Ito na ang ating marquee matchup sa Dam Ondevilla against Cyrus Tabi. Hand off and matatawagan si Cyrus ng foul.
These are the kinds of fouls that you wouldn't see Cyrus Tabi committing very early in the game. He's a very heady player, knows how to conserve his fouls especially.
Here's Hilario. Naghahanap ng puwang. Matatawagan ng foul. Si Peñano.
It's nice how the focal point of the offense so far for the Aguilas very early here in the first. It has been Hilario handling that basketball.
And Miranda will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Ondevilla, nakalabas. Tres. Hindi papasok. Galicia, who has entered the ball game, hustling for that ball. Ondevilla is smothered by Peñano. Tabi, over to Roque. Over to the other side. Pailona bungles on that layup. But Albo gets the interception. Albo all the way.
Albo with 8 early points here for the Jewelers, and they're way ahead right now, 16-5.
We've got 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll be back.
Aside from being a player, King Destacamento's dream is to join the military. And this team is one of his steps to achieve that dream. He already passed the exam and is just waiting for the formal confirmation. So in the meantime, he will do what he loves the most, basketball. Tanong ko nga, paano naman yung kanyang basketball career? But he assures me that he will not leave the sport and will still try to balance everything. Wala nga namang imposible sa taong nangangarap. Dagdagan mo pa ng sipag. Back to you guys.
And such a nice report from Andrea. So, parang ano niya na to eh, parang ito na yung pasok niya. Pumasok siya sa team ng Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. He did come from San Beda, Alabang. Itong si King Destacamento. And magpapakilala na siya sa ilang mga maging kakilala niya dun sa military.
And he's gonna be a tall soldier for sure. Madaling mahanap to sa battlefield eh.
Nako! Mag-sniper na lang siya tulad nitong si Albo with his third triple.
Whenever we are talking about the bigs of the Aguilas, it has been a three-pointer from Albo already with 3 in the game. So tatlong beses na kasi natin pinag-uusapan yung mga malalaki nitong Aguilas eh.
Hindi siya nagpapahuli. That is his third triple, as you mentioned. 11 points already in this game. And he is doing something similar to what he did in their last game here in Marikina. Waxed hot in the first quarter. Let's see if he can, kung matutuloy-tuloy niya yan all throughout this game. Baseline jumper does not go. Tatakbo dito ulit ang Aguilas in the hopes of getting some offense. It is a jump ball between Montevilla and Tabi.
Almost the second turnover for Montevilla. Want him to play with a little more control right now.
And speaking of control, ayan. Very cool, very calm baseline jumper for Saddam.
Let that offense come to you. Great execution on the baseline out of bounds play there for the Aguilas.
Here are the Jewelers. Roque up top, being harassed. And that is an offensive foul called on Roque.
It's a very slight nudge, but the referee very eagle-eyed catching that push.
That's referee Arnold Peñafuerte making that call. So Nemesis de la Cruz checks into the ball game. Such a nice name to say, Nemesis. Jacob Galicia has not yet scored. He's up against Richard Albo. Napangiti si Albo, hindi siya nagagalaw ni Jacob Galicia. Galicia with a rebound, but his under-goal stab does not go. Looks toward the referee, asking for a foul. Does not get it. Filona for 3. Off the back iron. Rebound goes to the Aguilas. Pushing it up. Miranda, touch pass, but Destacamento could not get to it, but finally does so. Galicia with the easy basket.
Credit half of that basket to the hustle of King Destacamento, not giving up on the play, even if that was a wayward pass already. Finding Galicia wide open inside.
Here's Tabi getting a screen. Loses the ball, but they will keep possession. Saddam Montevilla on your screens. Still not 100%. Here's Tabi. Triggering the inbound. De La Cruz, 4-3. No. Rebound going to Miranda. Tumatakbo dito ang Aguilas. Montevilla stops. And the jumper drops.
Well, so far, he has not looked to pass. He has been looking for his offense early. And I guess that's just one way to try to make Cyrus Tabi work on the other end.
That's true. And it's also a good quality of a point guard, no, na mapansin mo na, kailangan ngayon ng scoring ng aking team.
Yeah.
And kaya ko naman.
Well, the concept of the pure point guard has really definitely changed in the current way basketball is being played. Before, yung point guard mo talaga, it's all about ball distribution. But right now, you try to make yourself a threat offensively to give yourself more options to set up your teammates for shots.
That's true. Kasi kung magfo-focus na yung depensa sa kanya, mas madali niya nang mahanap yung mga kampi niya. As Ryan Reyes gets that basket, increasing that lead back up to 8. Galicia at the post. He's up against Jonas Tibayan. Gives it back to Ondevilla, who's blocked by Tabi. Tabi, nice pass to Reyes. And the easy basket back to back for Ryan Reyes.
What I like about Cyrus Tabi is always looking for an open teammate. Upon getting the basketball, one dribble, he was already scanning the area, finding an open teammate for the finish.
Mintis dun si Miranda, but Galicia getting another offensive rebound and that up and under.
Jacob Galicia looks like he's very comfortable in this primary option, scoring option role for the Aguilas, now with 4 in the game.
Another great pass. This Tabi to Reyes connection working for the Jewelers.
Talk about a player dictating the game, not with his scoring, but with his passing. Cyrus Tabi has been very effective as usual for the Bird Diamonds.
He already has 5 assists. No, check that, 6 assists dito sa ating first quarter. Saddam Ondevilla on the other end, affecting this game with his scoring.
Ondevilla with 6 points and gets dropped.
As Tabi sinks the triple. Hindi kompleto ang highlight pag hindi na ipasok ni Tabi yung tres na yun. Here's King. Tip from behind by Nemesis De La Cruz. This is another matchup that will be nice to observe. As we take another look at that ankle breaker from Cyrus Tabi, leading to that top of the 2-3.
Just when we were saying na yung effect niya sa game, hindi sa scoring. Gumawa ng 3 points. Ito naman si Ondevilla. Sumagot on the other end with another basket. Now with 8 in the game.
And our marquee matchup living up to the hype. Tabi gives it to Tibayan, extra pass. Reyes could not get it, but the second serving is good. Plus a foul.
And you can see what Cyrus Tabi is bringing here. That culture of passing, of sharing the basketball. He did find Tibayan cutting middle and then Tibayan finding a teammate. I believe this is Reyes.
Reyes,
Go
yes.
to the free throw line. Although he did miss on that pass from Jonas Tibayan, but that activity has been allowing the Jewelers to get baskets inside.
Pwede mong sabihin na yung ginagawa ni Cyrus Tabi medyo infectious.
Parang virus.
Parang virus. As Kurt Miranda is called for the foul and nasa penalty na itong Jewelers. So pupunta sa free throw line si Saddam Ondevilla.
Right now, Ondevilla is really just concentrated on getting his points. It's going to be interesting when he finds that balance of trying to set up his teammates now, since the defense eventually will zero in on him.
And Saddam Ondevilla, who hails from Muntinlupa. Second free throw is no go. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tabi will opt for the last shot, calling the play. He's got a Reyes screen. Back to back. Ito, to the corner. Nice fake. Triple's on the way from Nem. No good. One last chance here. Nice high in the sky play.
Just in time.
Just in time for Justin Tibayan. And that ends the first quarter. It is 31-20. We'll take there's a big quick review from our referees. And crew chief Garchi Ferrer declares it valid. So the quarter will end 31-20, 11-point lead for the Jewelers. We'll be back for the second quarter. This is the PSL President's Cup 2025. As you take a look at Justin Tibayan with that buzzer-beating eye-in-the-sky play. PSL Presidents Cup 2025 in cooperation with Ball Out Sports would like to thank Ball Out Hoops, Daily Fantasy, Dumper Party List, C Prime Business Financing Corporation, JSR Construction, and supported by Calus PH Sportswear, MDC Sports Incorporated, Eurotel, Sogo, with our broadcast partners Blast TV and Tap Sports. 13-point lead para dito sa Verdiamond Jewelers after they counted that last second basket para dito kay Justin Tibayan. Coach, ano yung naging kwento natin nung first quarter natin?
Well, so far, the defense of the Aguilas has been quite lacking, wanting, as they allowed the Verdiamonds to shoot 61% from the field. I mean, 45% for the Aguilas. That's very decent, but you cannot allow your opponents to get easy shots in the basket. But again, it's not only about the defense, so it has just been, the willingness of the Jewelers to share the basketball, especially with Cyrus Tabi, who already has 6 assists in the game.
And it all starts from the point guard. Pero at the start of the second quarter, papalitan mo na si Tabi Nobleza checking into the game. He will run the point for the Jewelers. Tibayan wanted to get it to De La Cruz on the corner. Nobleza for 3. No. Destacamento almost tipped it into the basket for the Jewelers, but he gets another rebound. Tumatakbo dito si King. King, sayang. Pinasa niya pa after the whistle.
That's a facet of the game of King Destacamento that is quite underrated. The ability to put the ball on the floor, and that's what you see a lot nowadays. Big men on the rebound, allowed to bring the ball down and try to initiate the offense, try to see if they can get some mismatches.
Here's Galicia back to his front court mate. Galicia, banggaan with Tibayan, foul, and the basket. Jacob Galicia getting his 8th point.
Impressive right there for Galicia. Imagine trying to bump into Tibayan, still with enough body control to be able to finish.
And he has a bonus free throw here para mas lumapit itong Aguilas. But he misses.
Very important here for the Jewelers. How do they perform in the non-Cyrus Tabi minutes?
As Nobleza a little too strong on that layup. Tatakbo naman dito sa kabila si Ondevilla, immediately fouled by Nemesis De La Cruz.
Good duty foul there, not allowing any runway for Ondevilla, has just been a problem for them in the first quarter with 9 points scored.
It has been Ondevilla pacing itong Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. Maurilio for 3. In and out. Rebound though going to King Destacamento. And he is fouled by Reyes.
It's too quick, too athletic, too tall, and too strong. King Destacamento jumping over the defense, able to get that offensive rebound.
And King Destacamento averaging 15.6 points and 10.6 rebounds for this PSL Presidents Cup 2025.
It could be a prime 4 or 5 in the daily fantasy picks.
Exactly. As we've got a report from Andrea. Andrea, ano meron?
Verdiamonds has been winning the past few games at wala nga raw sikreto. They just share the same winning mindset and willingness. More of this report after this short break. just share the same winning mindset and willingness. Dagdag pa nga ni Jonas Tibayan, they really have to win today dahil hindi pa nga tapos ang kanilang paghihirap. They will face the PSL top teams next game. Nakaka-nervyos man, but he's also excited for that journey as it will test not only the team's chemistry but also his leadership alongside his veteran teammate Cyrus Tabi, who Jonas mentioned has been a big help to him leading this team. Back to you guys.
And importante nga na ma-instill nila yung winning mindset na yan. Kasi katulad din ng sabi ni Andre earlier, after this game, may 3 laban pa itong Jewelers and they will go up against the Kings, Binyan, and the Supremos.
Napakabigat na schedule, and you want this game to be a springboard as you go up against the top teams in our PSL.
As Destacamento misses on that elbow jumper, rebound going to Nemesis De La Cruz. Tumatakbo si De La Cruz, nagmamadali. Attacks the defense. He had options on either side but wanted to get option number 1.
Well, Nemesis De La Cruz has been quite the scorer, averaging about 12 points per game for the Ver Diamonds, and he is one of those weapons that they have to rely on, especially when Cyrus Tabi has to sit on the bench because no one's really going to be setting up that offense. Eventually, you're just gonna have to go ISO, and Nem De La Cruz is easily one of their better scorers.
And another foul is called on that drive by Nemesis De La Cruz. It will be on Kareem Huntley, who has checked back into this ball game. Score is 35-24, 8 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Medyo bumagal ng kaunti ang pace natin dito sa ating second quarter. From the corner, Miranda off. Rebound going to Maurilio.
That's a classic case of knowing your personnel. Cyrus Tabi able to find Nemesis De La Cruz spotting up.
Oh, Hilario, ball is tipped from behind by Albo. De La Cruz to Alcober, sidestep into the layup.
Right now, the Aguilas should not allow the Jewelers to get out in transition. They're getting a lot of easy baskets. Already 9 fast break points for the Jewelers.
As Sarsonas hits on that 3, his first 3 points of this ball game.
And the first 3 also for the Aguilas after missing their first 10 attempts.
Angelo Sarsonas, in the games that they have won, he actually averages double figures, 10 points to go with 7 rebounds. Meantime, in the games that they've lost, 3.6 lang. So, importante ang offensive contribution ni Angelo Sarsonas.
So you're saying if you're the Aguilas, just give him his 10 points and they're probably gonna win?
That can be a factor as kasi may mga Galicia, yung mga Hilario, they will always give you those points, but it is these utility guys, no, na nakakatulong.
Talking about daily fantasy, Alcober earlier in an earlier play had an offensive rebound, a putback. This time gives off an assist to Cyrus Tabi.
Ayan na si Sarsonas, 6 points na.
4 na lang, panalo na sila.
Titigil ba yung laro natin pag ganun? And anyway, 10 ang hinahabol dito ng Aguilas. Albo, he will try for 3. Cannot get his 4th.
Medyo delayed yung heat check niya after making 3 in the first quarter.
So baka nga lumamig na siya nung naupo siya sa bangko. Nagmamadali pa rin dito ang Jewelers. De La Cruz attacks the defense of Hilario. Hilario says, wala naman.
I don't think De La Cruz will agree. But let's see if he will get 2 shots. But the referees...
I think that they deemed it on the floor. As Galicia will check out of the game. 19 seconds on the shot clock for the Jewelers. Alcober will trigger the inbound. Muntika na siyang maubusan ng oras doon. Albo. And as a whole, itong Aguilas actually last place in terms of free throw percentage for 53% sa ating tournament. Samantalang itong Jewelers right smack in the middle. 68%, number 6.
And we do say that free throws helps win ball games, and I think that is one testament to that, and that's why 2-5 itong Aguilas.
As Nobleza hitting on the midi, bringing that lead back up to 12. Wahing against Roque. Nice spin move. The jumper is in.
That's a very difficult shot there from Wahing, but just a great read. Able to put the lead down back to 10 points.
Albo, he has not yet scored in this second quarter. Silang dalawa ni Roque played very well in that first. And ayun, sinagot tayo ni Richard Albo.
Well, I think that's his first 3
Oo.
na hindi natin pinag-uusapan, yung bigs ng Aguilas.
Sarsonas aatake. At mafa-foul siya ni Velasco. Let's take another look at that triple from Richard Albo, the stretch big of the Brewers.
That time it's Joshua Roque setting him up. As I've been saying, just the way the Verdiamons have been getting good shots, just because they keep on sharing the basketball.
Sharing is caring, kumbaga. As Sarsonas, 2 for 2 from the line this time. 1 minute and 17 to go here in the first half. Timeout is called on the floor. We'll be back. As we take a look at some of the crowd that have already arrived here in the Marikina Sports Center. Meron pa po kaming 2 games after this one. And pwede pa kayong humabol dito. But of course, where we would like to thank you for joining us wherever you're watching us from, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. And this is the PSL President's Cup. Joel Parcon po bringing the action alongside my partner, Coach Noy Africa, and Andrea Veloso, giving us additional insights from the sidelines. Nobleza, shot from the same spot, does not drop.
Again, that defense, that offense for the Jewelers, it was just Nobleza handing the basketball, and that's what you miss when Cyrus Tabi is not on the floor.
Getting the rebound, Suliano. The putback no good. Rebound goes to Albo. Nobleza to Velasco. Velasco streaking down the lane. Layup is too strong.
Surprises, find himself wide open.
Dito naman sa kabila. Nice pass to the corner. Wahing. The ball is a little bit slippery for both teams. Wahing for 3. Yes, sir. Slippery baka mo.
Interestingly, for the Aguilas, in their previous game, they scored 61 bench points. So just a team that really relies on their bench. Their top 3 scorers actually come off the bench. Galicia with 12, Ondivilla with 9, and Sarsonas now with 8.
And speaking of bench scoring, ayun na nga, number 5 itong Aguilas sa bench scoring, as Soliano will miss on that last second 3. At the half, the score is 54-48 as we take a look at the move of the half. Cyrus Tabi breaking the ankles of his marquee matchup and hitting on the triple. It's the Verdiamon Jewelers up by 6, 54-48. We'll be back for the halftime stats and analysis.
Hawak ko ang laro.
Making it on 7th.
Whoops. Oh! Nice play there by the Reapers.
Sliding into number 6.
Wawi. Escocio up. No! Nagmamadali ang Jewelers. Velasco, he has the ball. Gives it to De La Cruz. Yes!
Oh my! The sequence of events. Pure Blends had a good chance to put that ball in.
But they couldn't. And again, the slow basketball of Pure Blend did not result in any points. But the fast basketball naman of the Jewelers gets them the lead with 3.5 seconds.
Through at number 5.
Valentino, he gets the step and the finish. Wow! What a beautiful finish.
Mr.
Taking from the
Oh
hole.
my goodness, I thought you were all jump shots back there.
Cracking into the top 4.
Robin. Ralph Robin with the layup.
Again, the ball screen, Robin exploiting the lack of help defense from the weak side. Goes straight in for a layup.
Now you talk about ball screen. May iba kasi bakit palpak? Timing.
Podium time at number 3.
Peralta forcing his another dunk by Guevara, showing no respect for human life.
Mr. Guevara, what did you eat today? He's feeling bouncy.
Wow.
At number 2.
Here is Kenny Rogers. Oh, what a move by Kenny Rogers through a curva.
Kinuha sa reverse partner kasi nakasangyan sila lang sa diretso eh.
Kenny Rogers through a curva signing here in the second period with Mike Maistre, Jason Ballesteros, JJ Pino, and Poy Poy Akto for the Beast of Binyan.
And the top play of the week.
9 points already. Inside play, nice dunk.
And a foul to boot.
Guevara with a slam dunk.
See the again. For the meantime. Dumped out by Piñano. Oh, Guevara and Basil Zaka.
That's a wrap for our top 10 plays of the week. Stay tuned for more basketball brilliance. And until next time, keep the hoop spirit alive.
Assists of the game.
And that lead is now down to 1. Albo for 3. Yes, sir.
He has played the fireman's role here for the Bird Diamonds, sending that lead back up to 4.
Now has 19 points. Last game nga, first quarter lang siya kumana. Dito, nagpapakita na rin ulit siya dito sa third quarter natin. Destacamento over to Wahing. Wahing from the top, a 3. Off to the right. Ball sails out of bounds and we'll go back to the blue shirts.
I like how active the bench of the Aguilas have been as Wahing, even though he missed that shot, He has been willing to take the shot.
And we've got a report from Andrea. Andrea, what do you have?
Coach Winston is frustrated with their first half performance, but as he said, there's no point dwelling on it now. Instead, he hopes his players will improve their communication and defense and refocus. One key detail he emphasized was their attitude. Hindi na nga raw sila mga baguhan. They're no longer rookies, so it's time to contribute even in the smallest ways. Despite the challenges, the team remains hopeful and determined, and it's showing as the game gets closer. Back to you guys.
And it will be important for them to show composure dito sa ating ball game. Ika nga ni Andrea, hindi na sila mga rookie dito. Hindi na sila mga bagito. Well, both teams hindi na bagito.
Well, if you're the Aguilas, you'd still be happy with the way they performed in that first half. Many times the Jewelers were trying to take the game away, but the Aguilas have been able to fight back and continue to play. So, I mean, coaches will never say that they're happy with your performance, even if it's just for one half. But then again, they should be, I'm pretty sure he's very happy with the way his team has been able to compete and keep the Bird Diamonds within striking distance.
This is just a 2-possession ball game. 59 to 55. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Speaking of fighting back, nakita nga natin kanina on Devilla wresting that ball away from Tiburcio, and on this side of the court, getting the 2 points off a fantastic move.
And he has been the primary source of points, especially here in the third quarter on Devilla with 13.
Called for the blocking foul is Nobleza. As we take another look at that move. Hop step move by Ondevilla leading to that score.
Well, I thought you were going to say we were taking another look at our uniforms from Kalos PH.
Of course, kailangan natin pasalamatan ng Kalos PH for supporting the PSL Presidents Cup 2025. Rebound there by Albo. Nobleza swinging it over to the other side. Triple on the way. Yes, sir. That goes para dito kay Failona.
That time, Nobleza making the right play, finding Failona, setting up for that three.
Oh, give and go, pero hindi nag-commit sa cut itong si Miranda. Turned over, and that's Peñano with the easy layup.
It's really a beauty to watch. The Bird Diamonds, especially out in transition, not allowing that basketball to hit the floor.
And that is always dangerous. As referee Jerry telling our players to be civil. Hindi pa nga naibibigay ang bola sa inbounder. Sarasona's triggering the inbound. Over to Hilario for 3. Yes, sir! 2 buzzer beaters in one game at the same ring.
That's a great execution right there for the Aguilas. They cut the lead down to 7, and with the prime opportunity to make a ball game out of this, Hilario using the bank on a holiday.
On a holiday. And the score is 80-73. We've got one more quarter to go. This is the PSL Presidents Cup 2025.
Hawak ko ang laro.
And PSL Presidents Cup 2025 in cooperation with Ball Out Sports would like to thank Ball Out Hoops, Daily Fantasy, Dumper Party List, C Prime Business Financing Corporation, JSR Construction, supported by Kalos PH Sportswear, MDC Sports Incorporated, Eurotel, Sogo, with broadcast partners Blast TV and Tap Sports. And Joel Parcon pa rin po, bringing the action alongside my partner, Coach Noy Africa, para dito sa ating laban ng Bird Diamond Jewelers at Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. The score is 80-73 as we start the fourth quarter. This is turning out to be an exciting ball game, Coach.
That's right, and parang it's the same script. Itong Aguilas, they've been trying to hang around. Right now, they're down by 10 on that 3 by De La Cruz, but exactly what's happening for the Jewelers. Just timely hits, able to stymie any kind of momentum being built by the Aguilas.
As Hilario will be fouled, it will be deemed a foul on the floor. And like what you said, no, the Aguilas try to keep plugging away, and the Jewelers just doing enough to keep them at arm's length.
Right now, it seems to be the same script for the first 3 quarters. They're gonna need something dramatic to change the script.
As Ondevilla with a Scud missile from the perimeter, Nemesis De La Cruz answers right back.
Scud missile, and you go Nemesis on the next play.
Saddam, he's up against Tabi. Ito ang ating marquee matchup. And Ondevilla able to get a foul. Show of sportsmanship from Cyrus Tabi. Immediately going to Ondevilla and helping him up.
Like the competition between these 2 players. It's the second time that we have Cyrus Tabi standing up and Ondevilla on the floor. But this time, Tabi picks up Ondevilla.
Instead of shooting the 3.
Yeah.
Ondevilla with 16 points so far.
Well, you were saying earlier that he's not 100%. Hindi yun kaya siya naka-long sleeves. Dahil usually yung mga, di ba, yung may sakit, nagdo-long sleeves.
Nagdo-long sleeves.
He really plays this way. He really plays with those sleeves on.
Yan talaga yung style niya. Pero isipin mo, hindi pa siya 100% yan. According yung sa report ni Andrea, may 16 points na siya at 3 rebounds.
Imagine kung 100% siya.
Oh. And whistle is blown. Foul away from the ball. Cyrus Tabi on the other hand. 7 points lang but 3 rebounds and 10 assists. So he is, as we have been saying all throughout this ball game, affecting this ball game in other ways.
Again, he has 7 points. And he's only attempted 5 times from the field. And he is handling the ball pretty much for the majority of the possession whenever he's on the floor.
As the timeout is called on the floor, we'll be back. The score is 86-77. And we've got 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 9-point lead para dito sa Verdiamond Jewelers over the Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. Jacob Galicia, for the most part, has not really been able to affect this ball game. 14 points but hindi ramdam yung opensa ni Jacob Galicia, and also itong si King Destacamento only with 5 points so far.
Galicia actually scored the majority of his points no first half, and they need them here in the second half. It's just a bad pass right there.
Miscommunication there. Reyes was going for the screen, pero si Ondevilla was foiled on the other end. Nemesis De La Cruz, he's got Hilario in front of him. Gives it back to Tabi. The shot is in.
And sometimes Cyrus Tabi will look to score, and that was an opportunity where passing the ball off would have been not a good decision.
As Miranda misses on the 3, but Ondevilla is there for the putback, and Destacamento makes sure that it goes in.
Just look how easy it is for Destacamento to put that ball back in using his height, his length,
Here's De La Cruz from the corner. No. Guevara with the rebound. Nice pass from Tabi. Hindi nga lang maipasok ni Reyes. The Aguilas pushing it up on the Villa for three. Short. Chasing after the rebound was Cyrus Tabi. But and a foul is called on Reyes.
Actually lucky for the Aguilas to get to keep possession after that hurried three coming from Ondevilla.
Miranda triggering the inbound. Gives it to Ondevilla. He's got Velasco in front of him. Velasco fighting over the Destacamento screen. Ondevilla. Oh, passes it to the Ver Diamonds bench.
Right now, everyone in the building knows that Ondevilla is looking to score. That's what he has been doing right from the get-go. It might just about be time to try and set up your teammates and run the offense.
Maybe try to bring back itong si Galicia so that may isa pang option. Speaking of options, Nemesis De La Cruz with yet another triple.
Now he has 15 in the game. I mean, he's not really very efficient shooting from the outside, but he just continues to be confidently taking them.
And steps called on Miranda. Ayun, sabi na nga, ito binalik na si Jacob Galicia para kay Margin Wahing. Para naman sa Jewelers, Peñano will check into the game, most likely to body up against Jacob Galicia.
I think the last shot from De La Cruz was actually just a long two.
Kaya pala yung celebration niya sa dibdib lang. Ayan, at mukhang may fans siya. Ayan, yung tres talaga yun.
Yeah, this time he made sure.
Oo. Oh, well, we heard our referee. Sabi, nakatapak daw ulit. Dito sa kabila, tres ulit. That's Miranda with a triple.
So right now, both teams trading long bombs. But the Jewelers would be okay with that.
Etong Aguilas cannot afford just to trade baskets here, as Ondevilla will be called for a traveling violation.
Really needs to start giving up that basketball as the Jewelers just zeroing in on him. I think that was the previous three from De La Cruz. Also a long two.
So we will wait for the official announcement as Tabi, he's up against Maurilio. The pesky defense of Juan John Maurilio. We are familiar with his kind of defense, as it's a nice pass from De La Cruz, a basket by Peñano, and a foul called on, I believe that's going to be on.
I like how De La Cruz celebrated that much better than the basket by Peñano. I don't think we're going to catch it. But I like offensive players also celebrating whenever they share the basketball and set up their teammates.
Peñano completes the three-point play. The foul, I believe, was called on Jacob Galicia in that attack. The Aguilas looking for offense. They're down by 14. Hilario, he hit on a buzzer-beating three-pointer to end the third. Miranda for three. Yes, sir!
But the one thing with the Aguilas, when it's bench players on the floor, they're very much more dangerous. Of course, they only have Galicia and I believe Miranda coming off the bench currently on the floor right now.
Oh, and that is an unsportsmanlike foul on Peñano. Held on to King Destacamento as he was beginning to break away, and ref Garchi Ferrer deeming it an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, I like the decision here by our officiating crew. No need to even go to the replay, because that was clear as day. I mean, it was more of the advantage foul type, although he did pull King Destacamento. So this is a prime opportunity again for the Aguilas to creep in closer. I just didn't want to jinx that shot. That's why I kept my mouth shut.
Destacamento now 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. And that's just one free throw and ball possession for the Pilipinas Navy Aguilas. Triggering the inbound is Miranda. Destacamento, he has Albo in front of him. Maurilio pulling up for 3. No. Rebound goes to John Del Velasco.
Still like how Murillo was set up by Destacamento, just unable to knock it down.
Here's Tabi. Attacks left. Tabi fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2.
That's really the problem in trying to guard Cyrus Tabi. What do you take away? Do you take away the passing lanes? Do you take away his scoring? But you know that he will always make the right reads on the floor.
And called for 5 fouls there, John Maurilio. Will be replaced by Angelo Sarsonas. As you mentioned, Coach, masyadong maraming weapons in the bag itong si Cyrus Tabi para ma-impact ang ating laro. So, pick your poison na lang talaga.
And if you're any team trying to defend the Jewelers, si Cyrus Tabi, pag dinoble mo yan, binigay mo na sa aking advantage because he will look for the open man.
As Hilario hits on a triple from 45 degrees.
Those shots are starting to fall here. Offensively, the Aguilas have been able to keep in step, but right now, they need to make the stops because they were down 33 to 20 in the first quarter, and that's pretty much the cushion that the Jewelers are using right now.
And they cannot let that happen. Cyrus Tabi, one of the better rebounding guards in the PSL, with a putback. Finally with a double-double. That's a block by Richard Albo. Nemesis De La Cruz. Slam! Dunk!
You could see that coming from a mile away. De La Cruz, clear runway.
Sarsonas will try to answer from 3, and he gets it.
You would think a dunk would be more than enough to really kill momentum on the side of the Aguilas, but Sarsonas able to make a 3. 3 is more than a dunk.
Exactly. Despite the fact that it might be a highlight, 3 points is still better than 2. And Albo called for steps. The lead is still at 9. Hindi lang talaga malagpasan nitong Aguilas yung 9-8 point na barrier.
Well, it's one thing trying to catch up. It's another to actually pass your opponent.
Prime opportunity here. Galicia is fouled. And that's Albo asking for a challenge. Napaupo na lang siya.
Because the coaches wouldn't ask for that challenge. Contact downstairs.
Galicia makes the first. 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Making the adjustments after missing his 2 free throws on his last trip. Jacob Galicia now with 15 points and 5 rebounds.
2 for 2. First time in a long time na umabot sa 7 ang lamang ang hinahabol ng Aguilas. Tabi getting a screen from Albo and Peñano. De La Cruz up against Destacamento, 2 high flyers. Peñano, that's a foul and a basket for Carl Peñano.
I like the thrust there by the Jewelers. Peñano against Hilario, not necessarily a mismatch, but Peñano able to score plus the foul.
And babalik tayo dun sa sinasabi na natin buong ball game. Hindi talaga nagpasan ng Aguilas. Yung, well, kanina umabot na sa 7. Sarsonas hits on another 3. Nemesis De La Cruz asking for a whistle there. Claims to have been hit on the head.
doubt where will the Aguilas be without the long-range shooting, especially from these guys are Sonas.
And Sarsonas easily with 4 triples already here in this ball game. And we did point out that if he does well offensively, they have a better chance of winning. That's an offensive foul on Peñano. Chance for the Aguilas to get even closer. Galicia underneath is fouled with a basket.
Well, we did say that he needs to wake up here, especially in the fourth quarter. Was quiet in the third, only scored 2 points. Right now, Jacob Galicia with 4 here.
That find by Angelo Sarsonas, getting the ball to their main man. Too strong on the free throw was Jacob Galicia. 2.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The lead is 4 points. Tabi, he's up against Sarsonas. Albo for 3. Yes, sir!
When you have Cyrus Tabi running your offense, you're going to trust that he's going to make the right pass, and Albo with another 3.
Sarsonas, his layup was off. Nemesis De La Cruz is up ahead, and he is fouled.
Really had bad intentions. I thought he was going to throw down a tomahawk cleaner than the first one. Look at the way he just cocked that ball back.
Hey, Larry was there to give a duty foul as a timeout is called on the floor. Less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back. Albo, pamatay sunog ng Verdiamond Jewelers. He already has 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Hindi pa tayo natatapos doon. He's got 6 3-point shots. Richard Albo leading the way for the Verdiamond Jewelers.
Well, in that first quarter, he hit 3 3-pointers already. And yun yung strong start that they needed, and that cushion is still what's they've been using here to try and keep the Aguilas from trying to overtake them. And even here in the fourth, yung 3-pointer slash 3-pointer has created that separation that they need, as it's only down to 7 points with 1:56 remaining.
Nemesis De La Cruz on the line, hits on the first free throw, adding to that lead. And he's 2 for 2. Pinasok na rin dito, binalik si Josh Alcober para sa Jewelers to body up against Jacob Galicia. Alam nilang pupunta ang Agila sa kanya. So talagang pinasok na siya dyan. Destacamento gets the loose ball. The layup is up and in.
And again, the Aguilas just don't know when to quit. 7 points, 1:30, still a long time.
At binalik na rin ng Aguilas dito si Saddam. Show by Galicia, but he will be called for the foul.
Interesting decision also for the Aguilas to bring Sarsonas back to the bench. He has been very successful, especially with his long-range bombing.
And Galicia continuing to discuss with referee Jerry.
Hilario wisely telling him to stop talking because they're still pretty much in the game. Cyrus Tabi already with a double-double with 14 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Like what we said, he is one of the better rebounding point guards here in the tournament.
Ang problema doon, I mean, that is a very impressive stat line. But for Cyrus Tabi, parang just another day at the office for him.
As the Aguilas will miss once again, Tabi loses on Devilla. Oh, he had two teammates there. Ball finds its way to Richard Albo for his 24th point.
That pass was actually pinpoint for somebody else.
Para kay Nemesis de la Cruz sana yun. Here's Galicia. Pounds his way inside. Misses on the fadeaway jumper.
And it looks like the Aguilas will run out of gas. But again, a very exciting and not necessarily exciting, but a very competitive, interesting game that we had here. The Aguilas again. This team is a team that I wouldn't want to face in the playoff because they never quit.
Precisely. And up till now, we've got 31 seconds to go. Brian Hilario still plugging away. And nandun pa rin yung tao-tao nila, no? Hindi talaga nag-give up. Tabi will likely milk this clock. Peñano asking for the ball against Destacamento. Alcober will be called for steps.
Well, yung script natin right from the first quarter, it pretty much held until the end. It was just the Verde Diamonds with a strong start. The Aguilas trying to keep in step, trying to pinipilit nilang humabol. Pero pag nakakalapit sila, there's always a big basket that will stop their momentum.
And that triple mula dito kay Hilario rattles out. As the game ends with the Verdiamond Jewelers winning 112 to 104. A high-scoring affair. At mukhang nasasanay ang Aguilas na high-scoring, pero dito ngayon natalo sila. As we take a look at the play of the game, Nemesis de la Cruz with a tomahawk jam.
And you know, aside from Richard Albo, it was also Nemesis de la Cruz who formed that dynamic duo with Albo. Albo will finish with 24. Nemesis de la Cruz with 21 points. And most of those big baskets to stop any kind of momentum from the Aguilas came from those two.
As we take a look at some highlights from this ball game. And these are the highlights of our player of the game, our Carlos PH player of the game, Richard Albo, finishing with 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 6 out of 13 from triple. He is someone I would like to put in my daily fantasy lineup. And he is right now with Andrea Veloso. Andrea, take it away.
Thank you, Joel. Our Carlos Speech Sportswear Best Player of the Game, none other than Richard Albo of Verde Diamonds. Congratulations, Richard. Grabe yung naging resilience ng kalaban nyo. But you remained composed and focused. Paano mo ba nagawa yun?
Ayun, una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord God sa panahon namin. Then, ayun, kung ano lang yung ginagawa namin sa practice, ginagawa namin sa game. So, nagdo-double effort lang kami lalo sa depensa and yung sistema ni Coach na kailangan lang, lagi lang yung ginagawa.
Richard, hindi pa tapos ang laban. After this game, makakatapat nyo sa mga next game is yung mga top teams nitong PSL. Gaano ka na ba kahanda doon?
Yun lang, bilang kuya sa mga bata, sabi ko sa kanila, so yung mga nakalaban natin, malalakas na lahat. So yun lalo yung tatlong sunod na kalaban namin, yun yung mga sobrang lakas. So kailangan lang namin step up, so magtulungan lang kami lalo sa depensa. Yung opensa nandyan, darating at darating.
Okay, good luck doon. But for now, congratulations, our Carlos PH Sportswear Best Player of the Game, Richard Albo of the Diamonds. Back to you guys.
And so congratulations, Richard Albo and the Verdiamond Jewelers for winning in this ball game 112 to 104. On behalf of my partner, Noy Africa and Andrea Veloso, this has been Joel Porcon. Up next, we've got the Wildcats going up against the Reapers. This is your PSL President's Cup 2025. Dito, Pinoy ang bida.